Hello, gamers. Welcome to Speedgaming, the live 2024. We are in the quarterfinals of the Final Fantasy Mystic Quest Randomizer tournament. Today we have flipheal and ipsTee. They'll be doing back-to-back-to-back games. So we have game one right now in this best of 3 series. I am Hatox. Today we'll also be assisted by This Dude Speaks on tracking. This flag set, it's been playing out pretty well, especially with the logic update halfway through. Your Sky Coin is in 24 shards, so you need to find all 24 of 40 shards for Go mode. In addition to the normal things, Thunder Rock, Captain's Cap, Mobius Crest, Sun Coin, Dragon Claw, and Mega Grenades. Also, we'll be playing with partners, 2 of 4. Today we have Phoebe and Ruben available. Our runners will be getting started in just a minute. Till then, everyone just hang tight, and they'll be off soon. All right, and here we go. Looks like we have Phoebe for our start. Let's see, T going to Foresta. Doing all of the early checks. There's a brown box in there. Normally, when you have a brown box but it has a shard in it, it does turn red. Our flag set is set up so that all of the normal inventory items are going to be in vanilla red chests, NPCs, vendors, etc. Behind bosses. And right there, in the old man's house in Foresta, we see the river coin. So we know exactly where we will be going next for progression. Flipheal finishing out this battlefield right here with 2 more to go. T checking in at Sand Temple, pushing Tristram to Bone Dungeon. So the way this works out is, if in order to get their NPCs to the locations to give their items, you still got to talk to them first. So in this case, we talked to Tristram in his vanilla location in Sand Temple. That will push him over to the Bone Dungeon bomb door, where you can talk to him to get his item. Right, flipheal actually gonna go through Bone Dungeon right now. So he's actually gonna talk to Tristram, and what that'll do is that he'll get his item, and then he'll be able to send Tristram to the Fireberg area to get his second item. Tristram handing out Libra Crest right there. We do have Libra Temple in the first area, so we'll be able to immediately use that Libra Crest and have an idea of what we're looking for. Flipheal going out of Bone Dungeon the center way, using jumping. I've never seen that strategy before, and I'll be immediately using that to see if I can get out of Sand Temple or Bone Dungeon even faster. I didn't know that you could jump and catch the ledge like that. flipheal getting his river coin right there. So he's done with his exploration in this early area, at least for now. ipsTee getting his Libra crest. He'll be going to Libra Temple and getting his item. Oh, and they have Tree Wither, so flipheal also sending Mom over to the level Forest Minotaur fight. In this flag set, because Kaylee is a possible joinable character, we have Mom set up so that we talk to Mom. And she will be the one who goes to level Forest and get poisoned by the Minotaur. So far, very linear start for our runners. This is actually kind of like what most people prefer right here. Just having that single path to walk through, and then just doing your checks along on path. Flipheal finding the double steno or double Ifrit battlefield. It's a battlefield you normally find behind Lava Dome, and choosing that right now is not the time to be undergunned and understrengthened to take on that. But the fire area having level forest means that flipheal can immediately check for the next progression sequence. Finding Sun Coin on the old man. He's gonna do this Minotaur fight right here. In vanilla, the Minotaur is the first mini boss that you fight. So being level 4 and level 7, this is not gonna pose a problem at all. T currently in the volcano doing the first check in the lobby, getting heal. Flipheal getting mega rewarded there after the Minotaur fight. He'll actually get a level on Ruben. That was one of Ruben's level up quests, and he's gonna get the mega grenades. So flipheal now has a pretty consistent way of dealing damage. Plus he has bombs, which will open up the rest of Bone Dungeon if he chooses to go back to it. Alright, let's see. flipheal now doing the checks that T did in Volcano. Really just doing that lobby check. Seeing some shards. No, not seeing any shards. They're checking for refreshers. So chat, the quests that we have tonight for leveling up our partners. We have Phoebe. Defeat 3 mini bosses, so we've got 1 down already in Minotaur. Clear 6 battlefields. Collect 35 refreshers and collect 35 sky fragments. And Phoebe in this one's gonna get white at level 34, which means that they need to pick 3 of the 4 quests. And it could be kind of rough. Those are some pretty long paths. Both our players checking in with Tristram. Tristram handing out Blizzard at Fireberg at the bar. T also getting the multi-key from the vendor in Fireberg. So he'll be able to do the Hermit check and get the Knight Sword. So having a sword is nice. It means that we can go into places like Ice Pyramid. flipheal gonna take on a few more battlefields right here. T is gonna do this level 4-ish check for Mom. We already know that T is going to love what he sees when he is done with this Minotaur fight. So a recent addition to the randomizer, if you look in the lower right corner of T's screen, we see that sky coin fragment and a number on it. So it's a lot easier now to know, both as a watcher and as a runner, how many shards you have. So we know that T has exactly shards or fragments right now on his quest to get 24. Alright, let's see how well this crab is going to play out. Flipheal is in the snow crab fight. Snow crab, weak to axe attacks. So having Ruben here, Ruben's Morning Star is counted as an axe type weapon. So it's dealing axe element damage, and that crab going down immediately. Flipheal gets a giant's axe, so he'll now be able to chop trees down. We saw that in level forest. There were some sky coin fragments, so I think Flipheal is going to be going there now, just to get his free fragments. And nope, he's out. There is Wintry Cave, but he can't do anything in there yet. He's gonna need a claw to progress. T though has a claw, so he's going, and he has his megas. So T is able to do all of Wintry Cave right now. Oh, Flipheal does have a claw. Okay. Flipheal, where are you going, buddy? Okay, we're gonna go to the Windia area. So both are runners having the Sun Coin, meaning that they can do these checks here in the Windia area. The single best spell possible. That's gonna let him teleport in and out of areas. Oh, and we're getting a message here. We're gonna have some stream reboots right now going on. So everyone just hang tight. This is one of those moments where we just call timeout and fix everything on the screen. So let's see. What do we got going on? So Flipheal got his exit. Looks like he's going into Bone Dungeon now, and he's gonna do all the checks in Bone Dungeon. T is in Wintry Cave. He finished Wintry Cave, and he got a Venus Shield. So getting the Venus Shield means that he'll have paralysis protection, which is huge, because a lot of the enemies love to proc statuses on Ben. Having that paralysis means that he'll always be able to take his partner out of it. Hopefully T will go into Focus Tower and do that Sun Coin check, because exit will save minutes on leaving dungeons. Getting a captain's cap in the Vanilla Quake chest in Bone Dungeon. So Bone Dungeon is required. It's a pretty deep dive, and normally as a runner, if you're gonna make a dive that deep, unless you're in Cap Go, you're also gonna be taking on Flamerous here, pretty much for free. Flamerous, being undead, will go down immediately to a cast of life, assuming that you or your partner casting it is over level 10. Flamerous being level 9, I believe. It's either level 9 or level 10. So as long as you're higher than Flamerous, your cast will go off. Flamerous guarding the Sand Coin and the Gemini Crest. Looks like T got a Moon Helm also out of the first check in the lobby, so flipheal probably got that Moon Helm as well. Casting exit to get out, so that's minutes saved right there. With the Sand Coin, he goes upstairs in Focus Tower, gets white. So flipheal now has a very consistent way of dealing damage, which is very, very fortunate for him. And now going to, pretty much it looks like the shrines and the temples, just to do some really quick shard checks. T finishing up the Bone Dungeon dive, he gets his Captain's Cap. He'll be into the Flamerous fight. Flipheal doing at least the Lava Dome lobby, so with Mega Grenades, he'll be able to do this vanilla life check. And if he wants to go a little bit deeper, he'll be able to do one more check in the Moonhelm vanilla chest, and possibly open the door to Hydra. Flipheal gets a Steel Shield. Not what you want to see, that shield not being that useful, especially when we know that there's a Venus shield that he can get. And there's an Aegis shield still in the wild somewhere. So flipheal will be clearing out Lava Dome for a while. T with no... Oh, T does have an exit spell. That's what it looked like. There's no way he could get out that fast. Picking up his white. Flipheal finding Cure in the Moonhelm chest. Not exiting, so it looks like we're gonna go and open the Hydra door, but whether or not we're gonna go and meet him, we don't know yet. T doing us a favor, seeing Ice Pyramid in its vanilla location in Map Shuffle. Say it with me, chat. Is this even randomized? Don't lie. You know that's your favorite line right there. Alright, flipheal opening the Hydra door, and he's out. Okay, Seal Temple here for a fragment. He has a Gemini Crest. He'll be able to do the Winery Temple check. He's out. Looks like we're gonna do a little bit of a grind for... I couldn't see that. It was either, can't tell what color battlefield that is. But T also going through the checks now, getting his Steel Shield, which he's immediately going to just leave on the ground because he doesn't need it. He's got something better. Getting his Cure. I don't believe he opened the door, so he has no intention right now of doing the Hydra play. Both our runners heading into Ice Pyramid. No mirror basically means that they will be running into random enemies. So when you see the screen go into an enemy encounter, There are no random battles. It just means that they hit a hidden enemy. Hello chat. So our runner's doing some interesting things. Flipheal doesn't look like he's going through all of the lobby checks. Instead of scouting for shards, he's just straight checking all of them. T, on the other hand, he's just climbing, and as you see, he makes that kind of snaky, twisty path through the second floor, which allows him to scout all of the chests on the left side of the pyramid, so he'll know whether or not he has to go back and pick up shards. So we're gonna watch them as they both take on this ice pyramid climb. T going right side, third floor to open the door first. Alright, chat. Is this all vanilla music or an MSU? This is all vanilla music. Final Fantasy Mystic Quest, kind of a hidden gem out there in the community. Definitely big play on the music though. And guys, as we watch them do the climb here, T hitting the 5th floor drop down, seeing in the 4th floor prison right there, plenty of red chests, so we know that there's a bunch of shards, and there's also one vanilla item in the back. All the way down to the basement and getting jumbo bombs. We're not going to need those, we already have megas. But guys, if you should ever be restreamed here on Speedgaming, big shout outs to our restreamers and our techs. They do some amazing work, and just like everybody else, they are volunteers, so shout outs to them. Me now heading into the Ice Golem fight. No flare, but White's still gonna do a massive amount of damage. He'll be putting out about 2,000 damage per turn, assuming he can stay awake for it. Ice Golem right now proccing with sleep status. Both are partners with level 23 Ruben, so this is not gonna be too dangerous as far as levels and strength goes. It's just a matter of how long it's gonna take. Golem going down on T's side. I imagine that flipheal will have also no problems, having pretty much the same inventory loadout as T. Mobius crest behind Golem. Okay, so that makes this ice pyramid also required. And the wake water, so we'll be able to go Aquaria, thaw it out, and be able to do more checks immediately after that. Alright, flipheal looks like either accidentally falling off the ledge or intentionally dropping down into the prison to get his items first. and then making the climb back upstairs to go to Golem. Definitely a different set of routing that we see most people take if they already have what they need to open, to bomb open the floor. They normally just go. But T is done. T is had enough of the other areas now, and he's into the Windia area. He's gonna be clearing out this blue battlefield here. So we didn't touch on it earlier, chat, and I'm sorry. Battlefields here in this flag set are randomized, and their rewards have been there. So both their locations and their contents, the reward contents. But our runners will know what they've got based on their color or their icon. If you see a gray battlefield with swords on it, that would be an experienced battlefield as the reward. A green one with a gill symbol would be a gold battlefield, so gold is your reward. And a blue battlefield with a treasure chest looking thing on it would be an item battlefield. So T right now, clearing out battlefields that are going to reward him with things that he needs to finish the game. And finding the Water Hag battlefield. So he'll be clearing out a fully stacked 505 battlefield. So our battlefield numbers also are ranging between 1 and 5 encounters. Alright, so at the 26-minute mark, we're doing pretty well here. We have megas, which at least lets our runners do a lot of different things on the map. They have access to the entire map. They have all 3 coins, fire resistance and paralysis resistance. They will be looking to see if they can get Cupid Locket for confusion, or Gaia's armor for sleep. That would be very helpful to them. T has finished clearing out that blue battlefield tile of flying fish and getting super paid off right there with a flare spell. Flare being the strongest spell in the game. Fire elemental, so it does mean that mobs and bosses who resist fire will take half damage from it. But the Dark King, our final boss of the game, not fire resistant. So I like this play from Flip right now. Going into a live forest with an axe means that he'll be able to check the free spot in a live forest, and most likely will progress into first floor of the tree to be able to check for shards. And we have a magic ring out of the tree. So, an accessory. But the silent status being kind of broken in this game. So magic ring gives you protection against silence, which is great because magic is the single most damaging thing that you can do with either Ben or your partner. But silence itself can be inflicted, it doesn't do anything. So even though you've been silent, you can still cast your magic. So the magic ring really being more of a cosmetic accessory. But we see this play here from flipheal. ipsTee going to another blue battlefield, clearing it out, getting a mask, so he'll be able to see all of the hidden enemies in the volcano, which doesn't really matter to him. Taking Phoebe to Winry Cave, getting her Phoebe item, which is bombs. So we're not going to need that. We'll just leave that behind as well. But he is going to finish the job, and he is going to go all the way to the back to take on Squidite. Now at 14 fragments, so he's at least halfway there. One of the quests to get Phoebe leveled up is to get 35 sky fragments. We probably won't be seeing that from our runners today. Spencer handing out fire and having a sky fragment behind him. So Spencer not the play just yet, and T warping back to the start to go check new things. So our runners pretty much overlapping where each other has already been in the Squidite fight. So mini bosses will always bring some mobs with them, and those are Sparnas that he brings with them. So chat, we're always about learning here at the Final Fantasy Mystic Quest. What is a Sparna? I mean, it sounds Greek. But after that, I'm not really familiar with birds. T going through all of the checks in the tree at the first floor lobby, not finding anything. But he must have seen something worth chopping trees for. He's doing his Gemini check right there. Not getting rewarded, and so he's out. So what haven't we seen yet? We've seen Volcano, but we haven't seen Medusa. So that's an item right there. flipheal just picked up Ruben, so it looks like... Oh, and he has level 34 Ruben, so this we might be seeing Ruben for the rest of the game now, because at level 34 Ruben gets wiped. And Ruben's quests were defeat the Minotaur, which we've seen, save one crystal, which we did, save the crystal of water, which we did just recently, and save the crystal of wind, which means a Pazuzu fight. So unless Pazuzu is required today, most likely we'll be seeing a level 34 Ruben to the end of the game. Let's see, flipheal doing Volcano, he's almost to Medusa. T doing Mine, getting an Elixir. So that in the Charm Claw chest, that's not bad. Because we've already fought Medusa, we've already fought Minotaur. So he can take that Elixir to Mom and then follow them to Windia for Mom's item. Alright. Let's see. Oh no, on flipheal's side, Ruben going down means that flipheal only has Ben left, so he has to just really send it at this point. Ooh, and that's gonna be a wipe, so we'll be taking on that fight again. T done with Jin, got life from Ruben, and freeing the dad. Would have been really nice if Ruben handed out that life spell a little bit earlier. It's like, hey partner, since you know we're trekking together, just have this life spell, but no. You have to go to his spot on the volcano ledge first to get it. Okay. T, where are we going, buddy? Fireberg. Okay. Fireberg. What's in Fireberg? A warp to Aquaria. Solid. T buys an axe. I imagine he must just be pushing and mashing buttons right now because there's really no reason why he would need to buy that axe. It just meant that he had 200 less gold to spend on seed. Dad has the Thunder Rock. Oh my. So mine requires so a bunch of our side quests, a lot of our what I would refer to as our pendant dungeons, being hard required in this seed. So T now taking that Thunder Rock to Otto and Windia. Otto will use that Thunder Rock to generate Rainbow Road. And then T will just simply hop in a Mario Go-Kart and drive up to the back of Spencer's place. But also not forgetting that because he's near Foresta, check in with Mom, give her her medicine, and then chat with her later on. flipheal doing some shard checks right now, using the Mobius Crest in Cage to go to Light Temple, seeing a shard there, taking him to 16. Not a very common check, but if you are low on shards and don't want to do some of the longer dungeons, then this is a check that can pay off for you. There are 2 brown boxes, one in Cage and one in Light. Alright, so T going to the back of Spencer's with Megas, he's going to be able to release the ship. He'll also get one more check out of the Mobius Crest chest. Getting an arrow spell, not terrible. Plenty of enemies weak to wind, so he'll be able to do some damage there. But he's currently in Go minus Dragon Claw, so this is probably the best Go mode our players like going for. Dragon Claw Go mode basically means some of the worst dungeons are immediately off the table. There's no Mount Gale, you need Dragon Claw to get to Dullahan. There's no Pazuzu's Tower, you need Dragon Claw to get past the 7th floor. T being a boss and rescuing Norma and sending her home. What a nice guy. Also, Giant Tree is off the table. You need a claw to hop around, climbing the tree to get to Ghidra. flipheal has a Venus key. Well, both our runners have a Venus key, alright. So I guess they won't need that magic mirror in Spencer's chest, seeing as how they have their ice pyramid finds already. Okay, so we know that flipheal has to go to mine at some point. He's gonna need that Thunder Rock. So let's see. Let's think, chat. What do we have? We have the back of Focus Tower. I feel like we've seen it because we have the Wake Water, so we've already defrosted that region. But our streams may have been paused at that moment. We might not have been able to see what the back of Focus Tower gives us. I think we just have Lava Dome left. As far as checks that can have the Dragon Claw, Lava Dome and Ship. Oh, and Mom. Alright, so that elixir being hard required, Mom having the Dragon Claw in Windia. So now ipsTee, with 19 shards, he is in Shard Go mode. So this is the right play, going to Ship. He's gonna check all the chests here. Thank you for checking the bow of the ship. Lots of people forget that there is a chest down there. So that chest could have been a fragment chest. So he's gonna need 5 more. You can generally count on ship having at least 1 or 2. Asking ship for 5 shards though is gonna be a pretty mighty tall ask. But at least after this, he'll know exactly how many shards he needs in order to reach go mode. So we've seen 2. One is on path. The other one is going to be on a drop down. Turns in the cat, which will get rid of all the enemies, so he'll be able to do a free exploration. Meteor being in the chest next to Mac. He's not going to need that. No more enemies. No more big bosses to fight that are weak to Meteor. He's at 21 now. He'll probably go upstairs and check the center and the skill and the what I refer to as the skill test check. There is one chest that you cannot see without using Dragon Claw to swing past all of the drop downs. But the floor is weak in that area, so if you step on the wrong tile, you have to jump again. Artia would be so proud of this play. I'm proud of this play. I'm a big believer in the ship. I do believe it is the meta play with this flag set. Having access to the ship means that you have 1 free item check, the item check next to Mac. It also means that, like I was saying earlier, you get an immediate knowledge of how many shards away you are from go mode. So T knows that T needs just 3 shards. Looks like he's gonna climb Pazuzu's tower. So, okay, so there's 1 red chest there. We saw 1 on floor 1, which is only accessible from the stairs on floor 2. So we know that there's probably gonna be a 3rd one up there. So T is really gonna be using Pazuzu's tower right now as shard go. Can you soft lock yourself if you cast exit at the ship entrance to focus? That's a good question. The way I'm gonna answer it is don't save. You'll actually be fine. Just kidding. By casting exit on the ship, it takes you to the world map. Going onto the ship means that you're, well, on the ship. Or if you are on the ship dock instead, you'll be able to go right back to Windia using the Mobius Crest warp. Gaia armor on the 4th floor for T, so he's fully loaded out now. 23 shards, this will be shard 24. We should see an exit, and T is now in go. So he'll be going to Windia, onto the boat, onto the Dark King. So flipheal kind of running out of time right now. Giving Mom the elixir. We know that this is the play. In order to get Dragon Claw, but I don't see a Thunder Rock yet. Which means he hasn't saved Ruben's dad. Oh, exit at the ship entrance to focus. So if your boat is at the Doom Castle basement entrance or the Focus Tower basement, and you exit out onto the world map, and then you exit out again. So in the randomizer, if you cast exit while on the world map, it takes you back to the first area. If you go back to when you go back to the ship will autopilot itself first from Focus Tower to the ship dock. So you get to watch that little cutscene, and then you'll be on the boat at that point, and then you get to press A one more time to have the ship take you back to Focus Tower. But I find it interesting that the game remembers its state, so it actually has to send the ship back to the boat dock in order to pick you up. It won't just send you for free. There's not an infinite amount of ships in the world apparently, which makes sense because you had to free the one ship off the ledge using the mega grenades. Okay, so flipheal just got his Thunder Rock, buying some more seeds. So we're really hoping that flipheal goes to mom pretty soon. And this might be it right here. Going downstairs, using that Mobius Crest Warp in Fireberg to go to Windia. He's gonna talk to Otto. Okay, so we haven't talked to Otto yet, so we still got a Rainbow Bridge to build. And we're still checking chest. Oh, okay, you did talk to Mom, thank you. Okay, so you have your Dragon Claw. So you're in Go as well, so you know that you need to just pick up shards at this point. T into the Dark King fight. So for those of you who love your video game music, please feel free to rock out to this final boss. Alright, and we're seeing right now Dark King Phase 1 not playing nice with our runners at all, having Golden Web. So Golden Web either doing a huge amount of damage or inflicting the Petrify status. So as we watch, wait for T stream to catch up right here. We'll watch flipheal work his way through the different towns, getting to where he needs to go. Oh, okay, so we got. I have my Sparna answer. Sorry, I missed it. Thank you, Trenton. The English name is a mistranslation of Suparna. All right, so instead of Sparna, it should be Suparna. Suparna is one of many names attributed to Garuda. Okay, so I know what a Garuda is. Garuda is the big bird that appears in both Hinduism and Buddhism. Okay. Chat, we're all about education here in FFMQR. Alright, T into Phase 2 of the Dark King. It's like one of those stop motion videos right now. Or like the old school books with the drawings, and you just like flip the pages. You just, like rapidly thumb through the pages, and then you get to see all of the different drawings basically turn into animation. Dark PowerPoint presentation. Yep. Shout outs to everybody at work who ever had to give a PowerPoint presentation in their life. Ooh, so that's the skill chest right there I was talking about. If you step on one of those little kind of black dotty tiles by accident, the floor will break, at which point you need to work your way through the basement and back upstairs. T into Phase 3, with the, quote, true form of Dark King being Aghanim. For those of you familiar, Aghanim being the alter ego of Ganon in Link to the Past. And shout out to all of you in the Link to the Past randomizer community as well. I believe their tournament going on as well. You make villains out of... Oh, that's hilarious. Thank you, Trenton. that For those of you not reading chat, chat saying, if we make villains out of Asian stories, imagine Asians making enemies out of the Sesame Street cast. Yes, just imagine, like, you know, Big Bird, Elmo, and Snuffy just like straight stampeding down Times Square. It looks like T took a wipe during Phase 3 right there, so... Because we're back on Phase 1 of the Dark King. Didn't really see what happened. Flipheal, however, getting his Aegis shield out of the basement, that might be... Oh, T has it as well? Alright, okay. I'm gonna say that might be a big item to give petrification resistance. Question, why aren't we using Phoebe? Oh, okay, so our partners level up based on quests in this flag set. So each partner has 4 quests. Our runners have done 2 of the quests for Phoebe, but quest number 3 and 4 suck. There's no other way to describe it. Collect 35 refreshers, or collect 35 sky fragments. I'll be amazed if our runners have as many as 3 refreshers right now. I've not really seen them pick up any. And they're not available at vendors. So you're stuck either finding 35 or finding 3 and then duping your way to 35. And Phoebe, in this one, is getting the white spell at level 34, or after completion of the 3rd quest. So... yeah, big unfortunate for Phoebe right now. Phoebe's gonna have to stay home and watch this fight. Yup. And Rando be like that sometimes. Okay, T getting back to Phase 3 of the Dark King. Flipheal looking like he wants one. He probably checked his status right now and realized that he's probably one more fight away from leveling up. So he's gonna go to Dark King with 18. Okay, we're gonna take more fights. Guess we're gonna go to 19. Phase 3 Dark King. Alright, so what do our slides have for our show today? We have just a vanilla attack. You love to see it. Just straight damage, hands to the face. I'll take that any day. Oh, and we have okay, but we know that T wiped to Phase 3 earlier, so we know that there's got to be at least one extra nasty attack happening. Flipheal going through the basement using the game developer intended route, going right side and then hopping across the ledges. Okay, so he has a water attack, which dealt huge damage, even though we have water resist. So it's possible that probably might have one-shot Ruben on a crit. That little water spell right there, that's gonna be our blue ball from Aghanim. We'd like him to not do that for the rest of this run. Flipheal now at level 19, making what we're gonna assume to be the climb up Focus Tower to the Dark King. But T into phase 4 of the Dark King right now, so this is our triple Aghanim fight. At least triple Aghanim only having one attack. Triple Aghanim, where's my bug net for this fight? And T done, clocking in at an official race time of 54:40. 54:40. Congrats T taking game 1. And flipheal looking like yep. Flipheal seeing the message in the race time chat. Not gonna take this fight right now. We're gonna get set up for game 2. So chat, thank you very much. It's been a very entertaining time with you guys today. But they're gonna go straight into game 2. There's no post-game interview here, so if you guys just hang tight for about 10 to 15 minutes, we'll be back with a whole new cast and crew for you. Flipheal and ipsTee game 2. On behalf of Speedgaming, shout outs to our runners, Genos, for saving our stream, and this dude Speaks for trackers being the MVPs of the run, making sure that we all know what's going on, including me here in the booth. And I'm Hatox. Until next time, take care and be safe. See you guys later.